Good freaking morning, my friends. Today's the day. By the end of this video, I want this car right here, I want this thing replaced with the yellow Evo 8. So that means that we need to go to the shop, we need to pull that car all apart, completely rebuild our steering rack because you cannot buy new ones anymore, and hopefully get it back in the car and be done with all the power steering issues on the Evo 8, man. I don't even know how many miles I have on that car right now, but not enough. For how many hours we put into that car, not enough miles on the car to justify the build. How that car sounds. I keep going back and forth of whether we should tune the new NSX or not. It's like, I think $1,500. It's kind of just like a plug and play map. So you have to buy the tuner and the tune. Science of Speed makes the tune for it. And the car would make like 700 horsepower off the wheels with just the downpipes that are on there and the tune, and running I think a minimum of E40, so 40% ethanol. That's a lot of power for not that much work. It's kind of like those new BMWs. So I don't know. It's at the end of the day, it's Bobby's car. She doesn't care to like make it any quicker, but she's not against it. You know what I'm saying? It is quick as is. Listen to how bad this power steering sounds. Alright, we got the car up in the air. Now here is the issue. You can see I already have the boot pulled back just to verify it was indeed coming from this side. And it appears that the seals are just completely blown out. The second I put power steering fluid in the reservoir and fire it up, it all just goes on the ground. In order to get the steering rack out, we need to pull off the wheels, disconnect the lower control arm from the knuckle, pull off the downpipe, remove this cross member here. There's a motor mount up there that we need to remove, and then the subframe and steering rack assembly will come out together. Now I'm not very excited to do this because I just did this not that long ago. We had a broken power steering line. At the time the steering rack was not leaking, we verified that. Had a broken power steering line, got that replaced, lasted a couple miles, and then all of a sudden the rack blew out. So hopefully this is the last time, of course, that the steering rack has to come out of this car. So we have the steering rack lowered down quite a bit. We have two lines, feed right here and the return over there. As soon as we get those two lines off, the whole assembly will be out. Alrighty guys, we have the whole entire steering rack torn all the way down. There's nothing left in here. Seals are out, which were definitely not fun to remove. You guys probably saw when I pulled this driver's side boot off, a bunch of oil came out. So both side seals were shot. I don't know if it was an installer error, that's what I'm leaning toward, or if it's just a bad kit that I installed, maybe wrong size seals, not really sure. This time around, I'm going with the Alderman kit. I believe these are made in the US, but I'm confident this time around we're not gonna have any sort of issues. So let's get everything cleaned up and start getting the steering rack reassembled with all new seals, bushings, bearings, everything new is going back in it. So I got the rack fully rebuilt. I'm hoping I got it all done properly this time. It definitely took a lot more time and tried to be patient with it. Made sure to not tear any of the seals, which is what I'm assuming happened last time. Rack is back on the subframe. I wish there was some sort of way to go ahead and just test to make sure it's not gonna leak, but really the only way, just put it in the car, connect the lines, bleed out the system, and go from there. So let's do that. Well, my friends, other than the front wheels and tires, the car is all back together. Let's go ahead and fire it up, put some power steering fluid in it, try to bleed the system out, and see if it'll hold. The problem is it held fine last time for a while. So I don't know. I don't think I know what I'm doing with power steering racks. Guys, I'm gonna clean up the shop. I am so freaking sick of this car right now, man. I have no idea what I'm doing wrong. 3 times I've had this stupid steering rack out. The problem is there's no such thing as a brand new OEM rack. I did find like I'm assuming they're refurb racks on eBay for 450 bucks. I did go ahead and order one of those. I'm not counting on it being a good unit, so I'm still looking for a low mileage Evo 8 or 9 rack, OEM unmessed with. Or looking for someone who clearly knows what they're doing, I do not, that can rebuild my rack so I can put it in and just be done with it. I suck at power steering racks. Evo 10, the last one that we just gave away, that car had to do it twice. Hawkeye STI had to do it a few times. This car 3 times. I'm never ever pulling apart a steering rack again. I'm frustrated if you can't tell. This is so dumb. I'm gonna go drive a Subaru. Let's go drive a Subaru. They're actually cooperative, unlike this dumb Evo. All right, so we are miking up the STI. We got one on the exhaust side, one on the intake side. Got it connected to this here Zoom recorder. And this car with the T51R mod, I am very, very excited to see how this thing is gonna sound fully mic'd up. We got Jared, Mr. Clean over there with the bald head, filming, and then Remy driving. I'll post some nice clips on the screen here in a second of what it looks and sounds like. Could be yours. Is this illegal? Bobby and Devin are going camping.
Get me off the camera. I have hair dye in. Honey, I have lasagna from 2 years ago you're looking at. That was in the freezer.
That's what's for dinner? No. You like our glamping spot?
I love our glamping spot.
A lot of you guys probably don't remember this thing. Some of you might. This is where it sits, if y'all are wondering. This is our beautiful land. One day we'll be home. You like that sunset, Willis?
I like the fireworks going off in it too.
It's quite neat.
I'm so hungry. Where's our za?
Not really camping, but here's your bed.
Here, this will be your plate. And this will be my plate.
Salute.
What about the soda I got you?
Definitely some mice in here. Oh yeah, there's shit all over the ground.
Is it stinky?
It's not bad. There's a gas can.
They're probably in the trunk. That's like where they hibernate.
Should I look?
Yeah.
There's probably 1,000 of them in there. Oh yeah, they've definitely been in here. At least a few of them.
Are you scared?
Good thing Bobby knows how to clean cars.
I don't clean mouse cars. I light them on fire.
What should we do with this old girl?